Hi, welcome to 5 Minutes or More with the Script Mentor. I am the Script Mentor and your host, Gino Scala. Today's topic is about screenplay adaptations. I think if you look at this year's Oscar noms for Best Picture, out of the 10, probably 5 or 6 are adaptations. So this is something that has historically been quite prevalent in the movie industry, and this is what I specialize in as well. So I received a lot of questions throughout the weeks over about screenplay adaptations. So the first question comes from Keith, who says, I've written several novels and would like to convert them to movie scripts, but I've never written a script before. Do you have any recommendations? Well, yes, I think you have three options. One is to try to write the screenplay yourself. No one knows the story better than you. However, never having written a screenplay before, it's probably going to be a waste of time, except for the actual experience of writing. It's probably not going to be a very good screenplay and probably not even viably marketable. So the second option is to find yourself a collaborator, some experienced writer of which you pay for their services. Well, if you're not interested in paying for their services or can't afford to pay for their services, because it's not cheap, you might find a less experienced screenwriter who would consider doing it for a 50-50 split of future profits. Okay? We talked about excuse me, this kind of deal in the past, and most good amateur writers and certainly all professional writers would never consider such a deal. So again, you're probably looking at a screenplay that's not going to be very good. All right, I'm just giving you the straight skinny on that. The third is to hire a screenwriter that specializes in adaptations. And I include the caveat of specializes in adaptations because writing an adaptation is completely different than writing a spec screenplay on your own movie idea, your own concept. Okay? The adapting a novel into a screenplay is a learned craft. It is a subset of screenwriting. So I have found that most screenwriters have never learned this craft. They assume certain things and believe that they can write a screenplay adaptation. It's not quite that simple. So you need someone with the experience and the professionalism of converting your novel into a screenplay. Just as a point of reference, I'm completing number 43 of my screenplay adaptations, and I have 44 and 45 already lined up to write. So this is something I specialize in. It's something we do quite well, and we're very, very proud of the work that we do here at the Script Mentor. Next question is from Thomas. Isn't a book adaptation simply transferring my novel word for word into a screenplay format? Not exactly. And that is why there's such confusion about, getting the right screenwriter to write an adaptation. I know a lot of great screenwriters who can sit down with their own idea and pop out a screenplay in a matter of months, and it's going to be high quality writing and on a great concept. But most of those screenwriters cannot read a novel and then take that novel and transpose it into a screenplay. What they're going to try to do is take 300 pages of about 60,000 words and cram it into a 100-page screenplay that's 15 to 18,000 words, okay? So that's not how it's done. We know, I learned the craft a long time ago. Decided a long time ago this is what I was going to specialize in, and we do it right, okay? Next question from Alicia. I've come across several screenwriters who have offered to ghostwrite a movie idea of mine or to adapt my novel. And so I requested estimates. One guy quoted $80,000, while another quoted $1,000. Isn't the guy charging $1,000 going to get all the work? Well, he's going to get all the $1,000 work, but he's not going to provide any screenplay. I know this gentleman. He's on Craigslist. He's out of New Jersey. I've spoken to him a couple of times. I've chased him down for other screenwriters. The fact is that $1,000 is just low enough as a price to intrigue a lot of clients out there to hire him, but it's also low enough of a number where the person who spends it and loses it is not going to spend 10 years of their life hunting this guy down. Okay? So it's really a sweet spot as far as the value. It's also an amount that attorney generals across the country are not going to chase. Now, if you find 100 other clients, that's $100,000 and 100 screaming victims, they will pursue that person then. But now, as far as the $80,000 writer, that is a professional writer. That's what they get when they're a member of the WGA. Now, most won't really charge that if they know you're a private citizen and not a production company, etc. They may cut that in half, but that's still $40,000. Now, to be honest, my celebrity A-list clients will be charged $40,000 to $60,000 for a screenplay. That is because they're working and they make a lot of money. But by having enough of those clients, which I do, it allows me to charge $10,000 to my self-published clients, which there are many, okay? 45 to be exact as we speak. They've taken the time to write their novel, and they've invested already a significant amount of money into publishing that novel, and therefore, they certainly consider the cost for the screenplay as well. Now, one thing they'll notice is that as the more successful the screenplay becomes, the higher sales for the book. Now, if the book starts out with 100,000 or 50,000 in sales, 50,000 customers, then that's going to attract more producers to the screenplay. So it's a win-win. You have a double revenue stream, and that's why it's very popular these days to start out with a novel and have it adapted into a screenplay. We do now $10,000 a lot of money, and we do work out payment plans. We take credit cards. We do it all. So we'll work with you on the amount and how it's paid. But there is a line where, it's no longer worth our efforts. But I do have a team of 6 other writers, including myself. So, we're constantly busy, and would love to hear from anybody out there looking to adapt their novel into a screenplay. So get a hold of me. You'll notice the email address right there at the bottom, and I look forward to hearing from you. And that'll be it for number 166. Make sure you check your LinkedIn feed for our latest poll question. I think it ends on Monday, and we'll talk about the results of that next Tuesday, okay? Our newsletter will come out Monday, and have a wonderful weekend.